Hi, I'm Damon Connolly with the Marin County Board of Supervisors, and I'm pleased to share with you our State of the County message. Moving the needle on important issues requires community input and engagement. We know that to truly bring about change and have a greater collective impact, we need to work together. The county is working on a variety of community issues which support our goal of being a safe, healthy, and sustainable community while keeping a close eye on our fiscal health. Input from our recent resident survey will help inform our priorities. There are 3 important focus areas that we want to share with you and ask for your involvement to make even more progress over the next year.
Drawdown Marin is the county's central sustainability initiative, and it's really aimed at working with the community to identify solutions to address climate change and to prepare for climate change impacts. It's really about people. It's about going into neighborhoods in the county and talking with folks about what they are already doing to be more resilient and figuring out how can we expand those practices and then how can we share them with our neighbors. We've identified 6 focus areas. Those focus areas are 100% renewable energy, low carbon transportation, efficient building, local food and food waste, carbon sequestration, and climate resilient communities. The county is still in the really early planning stages for Drawdown, and we are thinking really deeply about how we can engage the community effectively in Drawdown Marin.
Resilient Neighborhoods is a program that helps people reduce their carbon footprint and become more resilient to the impacts of climate change. It's a program where people sit down together and it builds community. We're facing some tough choices here, and if we're the generation that has to make this change, it's comforting to be able to sit across the table with a group of people you've learned to trust and talk about what that means to you. The people who went through the program 3 or 4 years ago learned how to get their household to carbon neutral, and they keep taking the actions. They're motivated, they understand the importance, and they just keep going.
The new Marin Compass will emphasize the activities associated with healthy communities, safe communities, and sustainable communities, which are the strategic goals of the Board of Supervisors.
Marin Compass gives our employees and our residents an opportunity to inform, consult, collaborate, and have a shared leadership with the county. So it's really aligning the work that we do with our mission, our vision, and what matters to our community.
I was a member of the 2014-15 Civil Grand Jury, which investigated the management for results system that was in place at the time in the county. The grand jury found that activities in the county were oriented primarily towards internal matters and much less to the concerns of the residents. I was able to continue working with the top management of the county on the new Marin Compass. The process went very well.
Marin Compass is not a one-time activity. It's an ongoing tool and a process of looking at continuously improving. We can't take big issues on our own. We seek partners with community organizations and our residents to ensure that we're addressing the issues that are meaningful to them.
Housing is really the cornerstone of equity. Where you live, its quality, and the stability of your housing determine so many things about your life and your future. There is less rental than home ownership properties in Marin. However, 40% of the population in general rents. Historically, many of our homes were deed restricted to prevent people of color from owning them. And this resulted in our communities being largely white, and it prevented a lot of folks, people of color, from owning homes and accruing wealth. Now, the county has been trying to further some of our equity goals by establishing certain tenant protections. Recently, we've adopted an ordinance that prevents source of income discrimination. We've established a program for mandatory mediation for rent increases that are above 5%. And we've also created a just cause for evictions ordinance that will allow tenants to stay in their homes so long as they don't break their lease and continue to pay rent. Housing is a human right, and we have a responsibility to ensure those rights. And the Board of Supervisors and county staff have been working hard to have constructive conversations with community members to make sure that we're really supporting diverse perspectives and incorporating those when we make policy decisions.
I live in Novato, California, and I've been there since 1991. I grew up in Marin City. To me, equity in housing means that I have a choice to live where I want to live, based on what I can afford, without fear of feeling unwelcome. I lived this. I grew up in a place that had housing equity issues. I became involved with the community advisory group. There were a couple of landlords, a disabled man, some students. The most valuable part of my experience was finding out that other people cared about equity in housing. I'm grateful that the county is engaging community members and listening to them and opening up their meetings to the community. And I challenge them to do what they say they're going to do.
To make a difference on these initiatives, we need the help of our residents and our community partners. Whether it's participating in Drawdown Marin or coming to our Equity Summit, you can make a real difference in the County of Marin. You can track our progress on these initiatives at marincounty.org/State of the County. And with your help, we can make Marin an even safer, healthier, and more sustainable community.
Is located in the Bay Area, north of San Francisco, and it's one of California's smallest counties. Marin County invested in land conservation really early on, and some would call it the center of the nation's organic farming movement. Visually, it's stunning and peaceful, considering Over the Bridge is one of the liveliest, busiest cities in the United States. In the center of the county is Mount Tamalpais, the highest peak in the Marin Hills, at 2,572 feet. On Marin soil, you have iconic views, including the Golden Gate Bridge lookout, which gives you this really wide-scope panoramic view of the bridge. From there, you take Cosman Road towards the ocean. And right before you hit the water, you run into Battery Rathbone Mackinac. Built in 1905, Battery Rathbone is a cluster of historical military structures used to protect the bay entrance from enemy ships. It's super unique to this area.
Marin's got a wide variety of different terrain. We've got rocky coastline, we've got green rolling hills that change with the color of the seasons, we've got a lot of open agricultural lands. People are impassioned environmentalists that from the very beginning have protected their land, and it shows. That's the reason why we have the open space areas that we have, the national parks. We've got 3 national parks, and we've got state parks, 5 state parks.
When you head north up the coast, you hit the Muir Beach Overlook right off the Pacific Coast Highway, with just an exceptional view of the Big Blue Pacific. One of the more interesting locations on the tour was Slide Ranch, located within the Golden Gate National Recreation Area.
Slide Ranch was established in 1970. We are part of the Golden Gate National Park. I chose to live here because it reminds me a little bit of the coast of Spain, like the Costa Brava. And I'm from Madrid, where there's no ocean, and I always wanted to be near the sea. We have about 134 acres of beautiful land, and it's coastal land, so it's right next to the water. We also have like a beautiful organic garden. It's like an amazing ecosystem. And we utilize like about 10% of the land just for farming. The rest is just wild land.
Moving north to the town of Marshall, Along the shorelines of the Tomales Bay, we hit Nick's Cove, which includes a rugged seaside restaurant. The restaurant is equipped with its own quaint 400-foot pier, which takes you out over the Tomales Bay. Just next door are a cluster of rustic cottages, each very uniquely different. It's just such a peaceful place with that small town coastal feel. Down the road from Nick's Cove is the Strauss Home Ranch.
Marin is a modern miracle because whereas Los Angeles and San Francisco and all these areas have been widely developed and paved over with subdivisions and concrete and asphalt, West Marin especially has been protected through the work of environmentalists and activists and people who just love this place. This place would have been entirely destroyed 40 years ago, and it looks like it does today because of people like my parents and other neighbors and friends. This farm is located directly on Tomales Bay. The property is 166 acres. It was purchased by my father in 1941, a German Jewish refugee who escaped Nazi Europe and landed in California. Available here on this property is this beautiful restored 150-year-old farmhouse where we grew up. This is a 150-year-old hay barn, and we just finished a year-long restoration. West Marin is a kind of an eclectic mixture, especially these days. There's farmers, artisans, and artists, and craftspeople, and it's a pretty beautiful community.
Moving inland to the city of San Rafael, we come to the Falkirk Cultural Center, one of the more hauntingly interesting locations in Marin County. This is a beautiful 19th century 11-acre Queen Anne style estate with just room after room of dark wood and chandeliers. One of my favorite locations in the county was the McAvoy Ranch, which was purchased by Nan McAvoy in 1990. She was the granddaughter of M.H.D. Young, co-founder of the San Francisco newspaper, The Chronicle.
So this is a 550-acre approximately piece of property. About 80 acres of it is planted, and that consists of about 14,000 olive trees. The rest of the property is left to its natural state, which is the sustainable way to manage your property, which is very, very important to the McAvoy family, being great stewards of this beautiful land. We do have one orchard that is particularly unique in that they planted the grapes in between the rows of the olive trees. It's absolutely beautiful. And on the upper ranch, we do have a pavilion, which was the brainchild of Nan McAvoy, the owner of the ranch. It was her dream that she created with the help of architects and artists and taken inspiration from essentially all over the world. So it does have an Asian feel, but it's also very eclectic in its design.
I went to Marin County thinking I was going to be in the woods for 3 days and was blown away by the depth and detail. It's a place of wonder, life, and grace. Within this small 828 square miles, you are flooded with some of the most glorifying land in the country. You really see that in every project that has utilized Marin County's land and structures.
There are but a handful of places in this country where nature is sacred, where the trees are allowed to grow as tall as they want, where the coastline and its unique topography is left alone instead of leveled to accommodate strip malls and hotel chains. Marin County, California is one of these places, and its long legacy of preservation is alive and well today.
In the 1930s, there were 4 women from Marin County that decided they wanted to have a plan for how Marin was going to grow. And they were really the pioneers that started it. They paid for that plan themselves, and it was Marin's first plan. In 1971, Gary Giacomini was running for a supervisor representing West Marin, and the environmental movement was just really taking hold in Marin County. We had a lot of really smart people from Harvard and Princeton drop out and come to Bolinas and come to West Marin. The land dictated who we were. We were parks, we were open space, we were ranchers. And there was this coalition between ranchers and environmentalists that exists even today.
A stunning example of such good sense is the Muir Woods National Monument. Here, 295 acres of redwoods remain protected and uncut since 1905. Today, these trees stand guard over more vulnerable fauna, just as they did many years ago. It's a forest perfectly stuck in time, and it's all thanks to Congressman William Kent.
William Kent spent a lot of time in the outdoors. He had a great love and respect for the redwood forest. It held a very special place in his heart. He spent a lot of time here as a boy, and he could see the destruction of the redwood forest. He could see them being logged at an alarming rate, and he wanted to preserve the redwood forest for other people to experience. The visitors at Muir Woods love the trees. They're so impressed by the beauty and the height of the trees, and they love the peacefulness and the quiet that is Muir Woods.
At the southernmost tip of Marin County lays a bountiful expanse of wilderness and water called the Headlands. This hilly peninsula is the first stop off the Golden Gate Bridge when leaving San Francisco, attracting those who simply want to spend time outdoors and who want to learn more about these impressive rock formations.
The Marin Headlands are made up of oceanic crust and sediment dated 100 to 200 million years ago. Visitors come to the Marin Headlands for recreation purposes mostly, hiking, camping, surfing, picnicking, photography. They visit the lighthouse, some people get married out here, walk their dogs. There's a lot to do out here. The Point Bonita Lighthouse was built in 1855, and it was one of the first lighthouses on the West Coast. And it's significant because it helps navigate ships safely into the San Francisco Bay.
The Headlands are a part of the just over 80,000-acre Golden Gate National Recreation Area, a stretch of land that is both ecologically and historically significant. No matter how much time passes or trends change, one thing remains the same: Marin's mantra, to preserve and protect forever.
85% of Marin's land is protected. The culture here are people that so love the land. They love to be able to go out to the coast. They love to be able to go to Muir Woods. And when the county did their first general plan, they divided the county into 3 areas. Number 1, the city center corridor. That's where development needs to go, and it goes down 101. The inland rural corridor, which has some housing, but not a lot, and then ag land and open space. And that's who we are, and we're so committed to that. You know, people don't come to Marin County for the wineries. They don't come to Marin County for industry. They come for the parks and open space. We're the lungs of the Bay Area.
Visitors are always surprised how close this is to the city. It's just across the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a beautiful, wide open space. There's hardly any development out here. You can see beautiful views of the city, and they're just so surprised that it's so accessible.
Way before buzzwords like sustainability or locavore became trendy, these concepts were always the way of life here in Marin County. From business owners to elected officials, even the people who come to visit share the common interest of enjoying this land responsibly, ensuring it won't look much different than this for the next generation.
I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. I was fortunate enough to be able to live in Point Reyes Station for 12 years. It is an indescribable place. It is so beautiful, and I think that the natural beauty seeps in and enriches all of us in going about who we are and how we solve problems. Marin County is a great place to visit, a great place to live.
It's hard to believe this virtually untouched piece of land exists so close to one of the biggest cities in the country, and an internationally revered wine region. But it's here, and it just might be heaven on earth. Marin County, it's different here, and not by accident. To learn more or plan your stay, go to visitmarin.org.
Hi, Suzanne. Looking what?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm using a headset.
Okay. Oh, and we have Jim.
Hello.
Hi, Jim. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Jeannie.
Jeannie. I knew it started with a J, or is it G?
Jenny.
Okay. Oh, Jenny.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think Chrome is still part of the capture because I can hear it. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Laney, I just sent you URL in the chat. I'm not sure where you are, if you can get to Sitecore staging. If you're on the internal network. Oh, I can't hear you because you're on. There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything, but the mask doesn't tell you that, does it? You sent it to me on chat on WebEx?
Yes.
Do you have Teams handy by chance?
You want me to send it to you that way?
Yeah, only because I'm calling in on WebEx on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be easier
Sure.
for me. And then my laptop's already on VPN.
All right.
Staging.
There you go. I just sent it.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Suzanne, I'll send to you also.
Hey, Jason, I'm wondering if Michael is too close to the camera.
Okay. You'll probably be able to judge that by looking at the test stream once we have it moving.
Okay.
So I see you're focused on Jim right now. You should be focused on Michael if possible.
Right. Well, I mean, I was looking on Michael in the little thumbnail.
Right.
And
well, yeah, I think this is a time where you are definitely free to suggest how he reposition or whatever you think is needed.
Right, because I think what happens is the name along the bottom covers up it, so it looks like he's giving himself more distance. So that's good.
I can.
This is Jenny asking for clarification from Marin. Are you saying that our name on the bottom, is that something for us that we should know? Do we need to reposition ourselves?
Actually, so the public view will not have the names.
Okay.
Javier is using some other software to capture the windows and size them and display them. So you don't need to worry about anything on your side as far as both the interpreters, but Michael, we may need to have adjust position depending on how the capture comes through here.
Okay.
So Suzanne, are you on the
Michael's
link
asking,
that I sent you?
do I need to reposition myself currently, or am I in a good location for filming?
We'll find out. We're not there yet. Jason, did you ask me to click on the Sitecore site?
Yeah, so I sent you the Sitecore stage URL in Teams.
Okay, I think I need to get into VPN.
Yes, you do. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Sure.
Yikes.
Is there a way to make it the same size instead of in the corner?
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. So, and then what's going on with the primary window there? Okay. Do you want to just use a single monitor? Because we can tell it to put just to one screen. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is you're saying the resolution is an issue, and that's why it's. You would still run all the applications there. I'm just saying we can tell Windows to only output to the big monitor and not use this one if that's causing a problem. But I see like the window itself doesn't seem active. That's why I'm asking. But that's this one here, right? It's a different one. Okay. Okay. Oh, you got two of them there. Oh, is one of them just like a screenshot or something? Or there. That's the active. There we go. Okay. 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 Well, I think Suzanne was signing on to VPN, and then she was going to look at the sample.
I'm on VPN and I'm at the page and I don't see, oh, I see, I hit play. Okay.
Yeah, and you probably have to fast forward. See. So that doesn't look the same as what I see there. Okay. I see.
Oh, now I see you. Okay.
Yeah, so we're still waiting for it to catch up.
Okay. But definitely the hands are hidden, and we can't see him speaking.
I'm just going to go on mute for a second. I'll be right back, okay?
There's some music.
Pretty much such. Here.
I hear music.
It's okay, go ahead. Just put it on that on this stamp with it, but right now I'm gonna do this.
Lainey, can you hear me there?
What's up?
We were wondering if you could possibly adjust your camera because we're just getting kind of the half of your face.
Oh, sorry. Stand by. Let me do what I would normally do for the thing.
Okay.
Okay. And How's that? Ooh, virtual blur or something. How's that? Better? Worse?
Yeah, well, we can see you better. Not sure about the background though. What's
No,
going on?
I don't know what that's all about.
Okay.
Settings, virtual background. I think it's one of those virtual backgrounds, honestly. I just need to go
Yeah,
back
that we were
and
just saying. We thought
I
maybe you
wouldn't.
have the blur on.
And then I
Whoop.
hit the cord. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, it's I'll turn it off as soon as I can find it. That's not I wasn't intending on having that on. I don't know why
I
it
think,
is.
Lainey, are you in the EOC or you're?
I am.
Okay.
Aha.
Well, she is in the EOC. I don't know if you want to. So Lainey, oh, there we go.
Is this better? I'm just kidding.
Did you want to? So she has a different background now.
I'm totally joking. I'll turn it off.
Yeah. Did you want to do something else?
Let me see if Angela Nicholson is in a place where she can come in and look at this because she's ultimately the one that needs to see this.
Okay.
She's in the so she's right down the hall. Let me go see if I can grab her and bring her in. You guys
Okay.
wanna-
Actually, hang on. Javi, did you want to spend a little more time to prep, or what do we want to do next?
Well, we're just trying to figure out
Okay. Yeah. So, to Michael, we're hoping that you can maybe scoot back some, if that's possible.
Do you need me to scoot back more than this, or is this good?
Do we need more?
Well, right now.
Another 4 feet back, if possible. That, yeah. Oh, he's up against a wall.
I need to
All right.
configure something. Let me try it out. Hold on just a second.
He's gonna move his computer, maybe, or camera.
I think that he's, going to move the computer camera. Yeah. Question for Jason and Javier. If one of the hearing
Oh,
interpreters.
okay. Well, she just actually stepped away.
Okay.
Okay, so. Okay, he's repositioning. Is that better?
I'm asking Phil.
Michael's checking in. Is this better?
Okay. It's definitely better. Can we not turn off the thumbnails in that WebEx view? Like if we change him to the active. And you can also hide the controls. Yeah, no, there's a way to turn it off if you, I think it's under view settings. Yeah, view show oh wait, show, yeah, the bottom one. There we go. So, no, he's moving. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I think that's better, right? Oh, got some feedback from someone.
Michael's saying, I'm just wondering if you can see my background. Is this?
So we see so the way he has it trimmed, we don't see like on my screen, I can see the white wall next to him, but on the display to the public, we don't see it.
Okay, great. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, we just see the gray background. wish there was a way to. Can I give them the public YouTube link for them to see? How do I get that from the Sitecore page? Watch on YouTube. Here.
Is it possible to have the?
Okay. So I'm going to, in the chat, share with everybody the YouTube stream so you can kind of see what's going on. And you may have to fast forward it because we had the stream on early just to do some testing.
I'm going to. Oh.
And note that the captions that are on this display are just the I have a dream speech because we don't have a caption on for testing. Okay. Let's see if I play it.
So this is Jenny from the interpreter team checking in.
Yes.
So the three interpreters were just talking, and Michael seems to be comfortable doing the full hour alone with Jim and I feeding him and making sure we're checking facts and information and so forth. So I'm wondering if you need all three of us logged into the WebEx format for actually on Wednesday.
Actually, no. We only need Michael logged in.
So
this is Jenny from the interpreter
team checking in.
Yes.
So the three interpreters were just talking, and Michael seems to be doing the
Oh, someone's. Hang on a second. Let me mute.
nice feeding him and making sure we're checking facts and information and so forth.
Someone's playing the stream.
We need all three of us logged into the WebEx format for actually on Wednesday.
Actually, no. We only need Michael logged in.
So
Sorry, I'm going to start muting microphones just to try to figure out who it is.
So the three interpreters were.
Ah, there we go. Woo! It was Jim's. Sorry about that. Okay, so just to recap, we need Michael in the WebEx because he's the one who will be on display. But if you guys have a different way to communicate with each other that's not in the WebEx, then the two interpreters could be just in Zoom or whatever it is you're using behind the scenes.
So I think this is Jenny speaking again. I think we'll probably need to be connected somehow so we can hear the audio feed. And also it was easy to hear the interaction between the panelists last week. So we'll need to be connected somehow, but we won't need to be worried much about our physical background and how, what else? We'll be muted the whole time. So
right. So you don't have to have your camera on in the WebEx. You can still be in there just to listen. You can also be in the audio just by telephone if you prefer that.
I think it's helpful to see, just in case, a video feed, because if someone indicates something or there's a facial expression or exchange, somehow we'll be caught up because we can see. But we can, you can go ahead and, for today, go ahead and keep my voice on, and I'll voice for Michael. But I think on Wednesday, we'll just be muted the whole time. Once we're all set.
Yeah, that's the plan, is once we go live that each of you will be muted and the only active camera will be the active speaker plus Michael.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna take this.
This is Suzanne. I'm viewing through the Sitecore site. No, I'm on YouTube. Anyway,
Yeah, we're still experimenting with the sizing there.
I was going to say the resolution and everything is pretty good. Sometimes it gets a little stuck, but I think he's going super fast.
Oh, there you are. Or there someone is. Yeah, since it's doing the active speaker, like right now I'm talking, so it's focusing in on us. So I guess at this point, we're just really waiting for Lainey and Angela to come take a look, which hopefully will be soon. Oh, Lainey's back. Lainey, can you hear me? Are you back? Unmute you.
Out 30 seconds behind, just typical for broadcast. Is that on the page? Or
Lainey's back.
Hi. Oh,
Hi.
Am I on audio?
Hi, Angela.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, I
Okay.
unmuted you again.
Thank you. Angela's here.
Hello.
And I was just explaining to her. Oh, hold on. Let me mute myself again.
By the way, are you recording? Yeah, we should simulate that. I think so, but yeah.
So Angela just had a question.
Okay.
Oh God, let me turn.
You can actually just mute the video playback.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Good. Sorry.
That's okay.
So the intention is for the stream to be embedded on the actual town hall page as we're seeing it in staging now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't do that either of the previous weeks.
Right, it was a link.
In both cases.
Right. The first week it was Facebook because we didn't have YouTube. Yes. So it will be. So this is what you would see. Actually, I guess I can take off my headphones.
Should I log in from my off-print Twitter because I can log in too? Is that actually live or not?
Yeah, this is on VPN. But you could send for the YouTube link, correct?
Yeah, I put the public link in the chat here. I can also send it to her on Teams.
Yeah, if you want to log in and use that WebEOC, buddy, come here. Use the not WebEOC, but the WebEx login. Yeah, in the chat. Actually, I sent you an appointment as well in your calendar.
So Lainey, we do have Marty here. He's the one who is kind of brainstorming with us, has ideas. He was saying that if you'd like, Not that where you are is where you're going to be set up for the actual event, but he could come up to the EOC and kind of help you guys as far as positioning and stuff if you wanted.
That sounds great. I mean, I don't know if the intention is still to have Lisa and Benita come to the IST suite or what. We'll do whatever.
Okay. Well, anyway, he was just saying he could pop upstairs if that would be helpful.
Like right now versus the.
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, if you want to come on over, come on over.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to go join them?
So Angela, if you go to the chat.
Okay.
They're not actually in a meeting. Right. If you go to chat, it'll send you a link to.
Well, I think he's been in the EOC. He knows his way. So.
Can you send the URL again in the chat?
Yeah, you want me to send it
right
in?
now, it was frozen.
Right now it's frozen?
Hang on, with both of you in the room, I'm getting some feedback.
Let me mute.
Okay. So, Angela, you want me to send you the YouTube link in Teams or in the chat here, or how do you want it?
In the chat's fine. In the chat's fine.
Okay. I don't know if you see the history. I'll paste it again.
Yeah, I don't see it in the chat. Oh, there it is.
And again, you're probably going to want to mute the video playback because otherwise you'll hear a little lag and then what we're saying now. Angela, do you have the sound on for that video playback right now?
I do.
Okay, so
I turned it off.
okay, yeah, because with your microphone on in that, we're getting some feedback noise there. Normally, of course, you wouldn't be watching the stream all the time.
Okay. I was totally frozen again.
Is that because you're working on your computer? Or?
I was frozen. No, I'm not, but I'm not. I don't have the ability to sit that still. Just telling you.
All right, well then, dance around and let's watch and see if it shouldn't freeze in this building.
This is not. I can't dance on this one. Oh yes, I can.
The live stream is probably what, 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds behind.
It's just gonna be awesome when this happens.
By the way, we're recording this too.
Can they see me?
Oh, I can see you. It's glorious. Just wait, here it comes. Man, this looks 60-second delay, huh?
It also depends on when you started playback on there. Because you can fast forward it, capturing it.
Do not use that. I swear to you, lady.
How's it looking, Breton?
Breton, I do not do it.
What's the bandwidth on those dance moves, though? Does it come across clear? It's definitely not freezing.
Not freezing. Why does it keep saying me?
Are you guys doing the Emancipation Proclamation? What's the?
Oh, it's the I Have a Dream speech. That's the test caption because we don't have a captioner on tonight to run the test with us.
Okay. If you don't have the context and you look at
And I keep seeing Negro, and it was really making me uncomfortable.
Okay. So EOC director. What else would you like to know? But that's funny. In case there's more voices. Okay. So I have a question for you, Jason.
Yes.
I guess you're hearing me through Angela's speakers. So last time when the CMCM
stream, no. Our YouTube stream died, and then it rebounded. I noticed that CMCM was essentially pulling from YouTube. I don't know if that camera pointed at YouTube or how that was
Hey,
working.
sorry, hang on a second. I'm going to mute Angela because I'm getting some feedback there. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me more clearly now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, let me go out of the room. Hold on.
Okay.
We're going on a walk, everybody. Okay, so I was wondering, so when we lost the stream, or at least we lost connectivity to CMCM, they eventually, it looked like, I don't know if this is actually true, but they were pulling, it almost looked like they had a camera pointed at YouTube and they were pulling the stream. Would that be a lower bandwidth way to go, if need be?
So what happened last time, let me just think out loud here. So we were pushing Facebook Live, YouTube, and Novato TV concurrently. And what we saw was when we did it all from the single machine, which was Javier's laptop, that's when things kind of fell apart.
Okay.
So we moved the streaming portion to a separate server. And that's when things were, then pushing out normally. So I don't know. Yeah, if CMCM is pulling just from YouTube, I guess that would have nothing to do with us. So now I've been watching the bandwidth on the server that's doing the push, and it's not really even breaking a sweat. But if there's concerns that because we're doing 3 pushes at once, that may be degrading the quality, then we can certainly consider doing. I don't know. We don't have John and Michael online right now to ask the question, like if they can pick up just from a YouTube stream. I mean, I'm guessing they can, but
Okay.
I can ask that question.
I don't know. I'm just thinking through different options.
Well, and certainly we don't have to do both Facebook and YouTube if that's a concern also.
No, we don't. We can just do everything through YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, if you want, I mean, not that it's going to make a difference, but I can restart the stream only pushing to, I can take Facebook out of the mix right now if we want to see if that makes any difference. I don't think it will, but we can try it.
I just, you know me, or you know what we're looking for. So, Angela, if you're going to say something, you'll need to unmute. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Dana. Yeah, I think that the one thing about changing the YouTube, if Facebook, if we don't need to change it, is that people have grown accustomed to using it. So that would be the one thing. But if you're going to stream it on the town hall page, I think that's more, there's got more access, because then people don't care so much whether it's Facebook or YouTube, although YouTube has got more broad access anyway, because you don't have to have a password, right?
Yeah, you don't need a password for the Facebook Live either, although Facebook is a little more in your face with ads or wanting you to sign in and register. The one thing we did talk about too was that on both platforms, if people are watching from YouTube or Facebook rather than from the county's website, there is opportunity for them to post comments if we want to get some of that feedback on those 2 sites. Which I don't know, pros and cons of that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that it's not actually live from the perspective of we're answering the comments at that very moment. So what it does is gives us some sense of how it landed for people, but it's usually not until the next day, right?
Yeah.
We're not responding to the comments right then.
No, you're right. We're not. Unless we wanted someone to actively monitor and feed those as comments, questions to the panelists.
Yeah, I don't think we're there.
Okay.
Because then we'd have to read everything, and then you read some of it's crap, and you don't want to read it, and whatever.
Right.
Jason, are you confident that you have the pieces figured out that for Wednesday?
So as you see it right now, as far as the stream and everything else, yeah, we have that figured out, and the problems that we saw last week, again, is mainly attributed to what was going on that one laptop, and we've taken it completely out of the equation. So the performance that you're seeing tonight and the layout, etc. I mean, it took Javier some prep time to, get people in place and size the windows and such. Because what you're seeing on the stream is, two separate WebExes. One that's the CDI interpreter, and one that's the active speaker.
Right.
And then the captions too, obviously.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks good from this side. So thanks for the work that you've done on it, everybody. And
so
to go for Wednesday, I'll go for tomorrow too.
Yeah, well, nothing's going to stop tomorrow, I don't think.
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Bells on.
Okay. Any other questions that people had, or things we need to cover?
I don't think so right now.
This is Jenny just checking in. Last week it seemed that you needed some things from us and last minute feedback about moving back from the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
Jason, why don't we set up a text message thread again amongst the three of us, or we'll do the four of us. And if there's any questions like that, if anyone wants to just text us directly, we'll
That'd
get
be
that way faster than going back through Partners, the agency that hired us. And then do you have any other questions for us? It seems like Michael's in a good position now.
Yeah, I guess the only thing is that just to, oh, I'm sorry, Angela, you want to
Can I say something? So if I'm looking at the feed though, it says ASL interpreter and some of his lower letters get cut off.
This is Suzanne. When I'm watching him through the feed, the YouTube, I see from his elbows up and am able to see everything clearly.
Okay. I'm looking at the Cisco feed, so maybe I need to be looking at the other one.
Yeah, so if you're looking at WebEx, Angela, that view is completely customizable to you. If you want to know what the public is seeing, that's where you look at what's on the YouTube stream.
Okay.
So like right now, I have mine set to grid view so I can see everybody. But you can also set yours to the active speaker view, or however you want to watch others. And both of the interpreters will not have their video displayed in the WebEx on the actual. They'll be participants so that they can watch and listen, but they won't be on screen.
That's right.
A note for Javier, he's getting audio from both of the WebEx streams on the computer, so there's an echo in the outbound stream.
Okay. That's something maybe when you come back down we can look at together.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so just to kind of confirm, for Wednesday, the event starts at 6:30. What time will people be signing on to get set up? I guess a question for the interpreters is what time are you planning on getting on?
It'd probably be best too, Lainey, to have Benita and Lisa together.
In the same space.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Or in the same facility so that we can, if there's anything that happens, that there's, instead of having them at home.
Right, we were talking about maybe having them come to either the EOC or to the IST suite, and they can just set up in the IST suites or whatever.
Sure, that makes sense.
This is Jenny speaking for the interpreter team. We're booked at 5:30.
Okay.
We can be there at 5:30. We were planning on signing and being ready to go.
Yeah, 5:30 sounds great because it does definitely take us a little bit of setup. So, yeah, earlier better, just so we have some confidence.
Do you need us there a little bit before 5:15?
I think 5:30 is good. I mean, I'm looking at the clock right now. It's 6:20. So if this were the real deal, we would have gone live 10 minutes from now. And I think we, all these questions conversations came up after we kind of got the layout settled. So 5:30 should be fine.
Okay. Any last concerns for our team? Video's clear, good. Michael's position is good. Anything else that you need us to check in about?
I think that's it. I think you guys can sign off at this point. So appreciate you joining us and going through the test, and look forward to See, oh, actually, wait. Javier's back. Javier, I was about to let the interpreter team go unless you had something else for them. Okay. No, you're good. Thank you so much.
Michael's just saying good night and be safe to everyone.
All right. Yes, you too.
All right. See you
Bye.
Wednesday, Marin.
Did you have a question for? I don't know. Angela Laney, Javier's asking me if you guys are also signing off or if there's something else you want to check in on.
I think it's good. I'm good.
Do you need me to stay on for
unless you
anything?
need something.
Nope.
Yeah, Marty was saying he wants to check our WebEx audio settings, that there was a little bit of an echo loop because of the two sessions.
Yeah, I'll talk to you guys down there about that.
Yeah, he's going to talk to us down here. Okay, great.
Bye. Thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe leave it just because he's going to do some, take a look at that.
Jason, did you want me to hang on? Oops, sorry. Jason, did you want me to hang on or?
No, I think the only other thing is with Marty coming back, we're going to look a little bit at the audio settings in OBS and WebEx, because he was saying that we were getting double audio by having both of them active. And it may have been producing a bit of an echo, but I don't think you need to stay on while we do that troubleshooting. So,
Okay.
Are we good? Or
I think we're good. I think we finally got a good space for the interpreter, and I could see that. I mean, there is a little bit of a trail when he's speaking with his hands, but I think it's good for the format.
Okay. All right then. Well,
okay.
We will. I guess I'll see you online. Wait. Let me think.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. No, your day's off for Thursday, Friday, right? Or Wednesday.
I don't know what my days are off.
Okay.
All right.
So you'll be online tomorrow, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'll see you then.
All right.
Okay.